going to be able to explain so many different experiences I had in life with interactions with people, and that's less than 1 per million of all the rest of experiences that I had with any other elements in this three-dimensional world, and the infinite ones that I can have 4 lives in 10 minutes at the same time. And I think everybody has felt some way or another all these crazy ideas I am vomiting. But when I do it, like today, in a windy day, in my area where I do the eyes closed walking meditation, for me, meditation is not the same as for 99% of the people. Meditation is what people use to calm, to shut down their mind. So they can do it by reading, by walking, by dishwashing, by doing any sports, by doing sex, by doing whatever, helping others. You are shouting, you are shutting up your mind. And for me, meditation goes several steps forward when you realize that it's unzipping your rational mind and let the irrational mind flow. And observing that, you become the observer of the flowing of the irrational thoughts. So once you are observing your irrational thoughts, you are living different lives. It's in a way what the myth of the cavern is. And today I came to this for that reason, because there is a crazy man here that he thinks he's very interesting because he says he has 5 university degrees. So it's just accumulation of knowledge. I don't care if it is true or not. He also told me that the government sent him an airplane to go to vote to mainland Spain. I don't care if it is true or not. I don't give a shit. I'm saying that I don't care. And he keeps talking to me. And I said, if you don't know what I mean by the myth of the cavern, please don't talk to me anymore. Because if you are crazy, but you don't know that you are crazy, how are you going to get out of craziness, transcending craziness? That's being aware that you are crazy, because we are all crazy from the perspective of what crazy means. We are all that. It does have nothing to do with being good or bad people. It's just the surreal, absurd, funny, theatric, anything. But then it's depending on your nature. So the awakening is when you let your mind tell you things and you don't give a shit because you are observing your mind. So whatever, you are hearing voices or whatever, I already said that when I was reading or listening to the book, just in the case the voices are coming back. Por si las voces vuelven. People are so scared of craziness. They are even more scared of craziness than to death. And it's only 2 different stages of life. So people are living in fear of the unknown. And I am living in curiosity of the unknown. I've been always like that. I always said that I prefer the evil unknown than the good known. I already made a video about that. I don't know if it was in English or in Spanish, but always. And when I see people suffering, I always tell them to meditate, to transcend meditation. Because meditating is just the limit. It's where you don't transcend meditation, you are just like praying to God. You feel good? Perfect, keep doing it. But you don't you're not interested in anything else. For you, life stops there, and then you die, and then you meet God, or whatever your beliefs are. But for the people who know that there are infinite other perspectives, because there is no the only unique, ridiculous, rational perspective. And now with quantum physics, at least some people are trying to explain, but the ones who are trying to explain, they have no fucking idea what they're talking about, because they're talking about spiritual things. This has nothing to do with spiritual. You have to transcend the spiritual world. Spiritual, what does it mean? That you are a stupid person on a higher level selling services and products, and then you're not able to guide yourself, so you're not awakened. You just maybe cheated your mind. And some people meditating, some other people getting rich, some people whatever, some other people getting poor. But it's transcending everything. There is a moment that if you cannot convert a concept into something more wider, with more connotation and denotations in the same concept, it's like so rigid and not flexible that everything is finite. Of course, everything is infinite, and just because it is infinite, it doesn't mean that you have to be following till the end. Once you know how it feels, what the structure is, what kind of pattern can you create, can you connect, because all the patterns are there, are created. There are only different ways of connecting them. And while people don't understand anything that I'm talking about, how are they going to explain quantum physics from the higher philosophy? Because this is not philosophy, this is not science. This is art. The art I was explaining in my, I don't know if the name of the video, but everything you think of is kind of this art. It's transforming abstract, not real, and real things that happened before. Real things that happened before, they're not real anymore, right? When you bring them, you are doing art, or you are changing something into other symbol with metaphors, with graphics, with whatever. So everything, all expressions are art. So just let's go a step farther, higher. And art is everything. Art is higher than life, because through art, you can live infinite lives. Not only me, everyone. Even if they cannot create it, they can live it by reading a book, watching a movie, listening to a song. Even if they didn't create anything, they are enjoying and being transported. So that's the real art. The rest that you buy and sell and this and that, and if it doesn't affect you in more than the senses, then that's not art. Something that you are living with, and people are not even listening. How are they gonna get the art if they are not listening? And by listening, I mean listening. Everything. But even the basic words level, people are not even listening at that level. So when you give a metaphor, they get lost. And then they say, you change your subject. What? You didn't know what the subject was. You are following the paraphernalia. And if you follow the essence, you see that the subject is the essence. And you see me changing the paraphernalia. So people should be much more aware of themselves in order to connect with others and make this art the new current of the evolution of the civilization, which, because it combines philosophy, art, science, and awareness. So it's transcending mindfulness, transcending yoga, transcending religions, transcending everything, and 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 Any child would understand this. So all these things are also explained in my playlist that is for the children of my age. Anyone is a child of my age. Anyone. They just have to want it and feel it, or not wanting it and never feeling it. It's so easy. You don't have to pretend who you are. You just have to meet yourself, and then you have no hesitations of who you really are. And you can start only by shutting out your mind and don't giving a shit about what anybody else is thinking about you, judging you, because the first thing for enlightenment is stop judging anything, because everything is unknown and you are judging things that they are unknown. All of it, because you just see a person and you are making a lot of tags about that person. I never do that. I connect with the people completely, fully open, and then I see where they are. And now I know that some people say, "Oh, don't speak with him because he looks like a schizophrenic." Perfect. I also have my long hair for the same reason. It's not something like on purpose, but it's for many other reasons. It's because I don't have to go to the hairdresser. But if you don't like long hair people, we don't waste our time and energy, and less opportunity for misinterpretations. But the misinterpretations are going to have happen even if you love long-haired people, because maybe you are too radical hating short-haired people or whatever. So anytime people are polarized, they are not in my team. I don't belong to any group in my life. I belong a little bit in all of them, but my group is only me, and I am aware of that. And I could create a group of people aware of that. That's it. That's the only group that I would create in my life. In my life, I created other groups on Facebook. It has nothing to do with that. Although the messages were metaphorical ways of connecting with childhood and how you see the people and all the interactions. So yeah, that was the theater, the Greek show of how to deal with other people, because it was like the old Greece, because for us, we were all children and teenagers in my district where I created the group. So all my messages were from the energy of the child and teenage and young guy living in that district. And for other people as well. But other people like to insult me because I had long hair or because my hair was different. And it's perfect. And then I got some people talking privately saying, wow, you are managing so cool. Yeah, why would I ever start a fight with anybody who's trying to offend me? From his perspective, what he's saying is absolutely true, but it's not offending me. He's probably putting a different intention of why I was doing that. But what I was doing with my long hair, or my hair's in that style or whatever, yeah. But then everything else that you want to add as a connotation of that statement of me being with that look means something for you in that district, and in another district means something completely different. And inside of me, it means all of them and none of them. So as long as you are calm with yourself, you don't have to be confident. Confident is a secondary effect of knowing yourself, knowing what you are doing, something, comfortability, whatever. It can be something essential, something uh, paraphernalia. As long as you are aware and you're not hurting anyone and you're not hurting yourself, everything is more than fine.